Hey loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Aaliyah Royale, and today, as you guys can see by the title of today's vlog, I'll be doing my updated makeup routine. So basically, I feel like the theme of this makeup is kind of like very light, very much giving like city girl, New York city girl. So that's kind of what I'm going for. That's kind of like the makeup that I've been doing recently. It's been very light, like only 1 to 5 products total. So it's very light, very quick. This is something that you can do every day. So let's get started. Okay, so first up, we're gonna start off with the Refi bronzer. This bronzer is in the shade Onyx. This is their cream bronzer. I think this is the only bronzer that they have, but it's the cream bronzer, and I get it from Sephora. You guys can also get it from the Refi website, but yeah, you guys already know I only really wear this brand of makeup because it gives me that light city girl makeup that I love. It's just very light. You can wear it in the summer and winter. It's just perfect. It's just perfect for me. So we'll see how long it lasts. You guys already know I like to change up my makeup a lot, so let's see. But I've been going pretty smooth with this. Like, I've been using this brand since like the summer, and it has never let me down. Like, honestly, it's never let me down. So we're gonna get started. You want to take kind of a brush like this. It's very like fluffy, very big. That way you can kind of shape everything without it being too bold, like a line of demarcation. We don't want that. We kind of just want it to be very smooth, very airbrush, very natural skin like. So we're gonna start off with the bronzer. I only put about this much, and then I kind of like to do like this as well. You see all that bronzer that it just got off. So that's kind of why I like to just dab it off, kind of even out the brush. And then I kind of start with my cheeks, and I like to go for my face. You want to contour based off your facial structure. So for my face, I kind of like to keep my contour down here. Like, I don't like to blend going upwards like this. I kind of like to blend going like this. I feel like it makes it look more natural. So you can kind of tailor everything to like your facial structure, or like what you feel like looks best on you. So because it's definitely different for everybody. You really have to just learn, practice your makeup to really like get a feel of what makeup, contour, and concealer looks the best on you. So, and then I kind of like to put some on my nose, down here on my lip, and then we want to get like the neck. And then I forgot to mention, for primer, you really want to make sure you prime. So make sure you do your skincare, and then on top of your skincare, I like to use the Black Girl sunscreen, and I also like to use the Refi highlighter. Mix those two on like a foundation brush, rub it on your skin. Skin's gonna look like how mine looked when we first started. So that's what I use for primer. Works every time. It doesn't flake, it doesn't turn white, it doesn't like flake off when you're blending it. It's like the perfect combination. So because with some products, they do, when you mix them with other products or just in general, they'll kind of like flake away. Not gonna name any products specifically, but just putting that out there. You may just want to like do a like test practice makeup just so you can make sure like it's not flaking away, because once it flakes away, you're gonna have to erase and do the whole face over. So you're gonna keep blending. You want to make sure in this tutorial you really blend everything very thoroughly, especially when we get to like the powder and concealer and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna keep blending, and then I'll be back. Okay, so after the bronzer, the next step is the concealer. So for concealer, I like to keep mine, I don't really like to do a light under eye anymore, is what I'm trying to say. I kind of like to keep it the same foundation shade with just a tad bit of concealer. So I don't use foundation, so mainly I use my foundation as like contour. So this is the Born This Way skin, I think this is like the skin tint. I like to shake it up because I don't know if it has moisturizer in it or not. I'm pretty sure it does. I just kind of want to get everything because, you know, like products separate. So this is the Born This Way skin tint with SPF 30. So it does have skincare in it. This is in the shade Butter Pecan, and yes, it's vegan, so go shop. I also use their sculpting concealer. I've been using this for a while, so I like to use Born This Way skin tint and Born This Way concealer, and I apply it sort of like this. Once you shake it, just apply a couple drops as if it's like concealer. And you want to have more of your skin tone versus more of like a brightening concealer, like something that's 2 or 3 shades lighter that you use for concealer. So boom. Okay, so this is kind of what my under eye sculpting is looking like. We have the foundation shade and then the concealer shade. Like I said, it's very important that you put more of your foundation shade versus your concealer shade. So, and that's all because you want to kind of make it look natural, like you don't have any makeup on. And usually when people have makeup on, they have a bright under eye, so you want to make sure it's bright but not like super bright. And then for this part, I kind of like to look upwards, and that way I have less creases. And some people like to blend below their eyelid so that it's like kind of dark right there, but I like to blend all the way wherever the skin is, like literally to the top of my eye. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, but I'll show you like the difference between blending all the way up and blending not all the way up. So I'll do it on this side, but I just feel like it kind of gets your eye like more of a skin-like finish, more of like a brightening finish when you blend all the way up. And then for my concealer, I don't like to drag it upwards like this. I kind of just like to keep it matching how I showed you guys with the bronzer, kind of just going straight out like this instead of like this. So as you guys can see, everything is very even and blended. So next we're gonna go in with the powder to kind of soften things up, not really like brighten things up, but just soften it, make it a little bit more brighter than the rest of our face. But we're not really going for a bright under eye, like I said. So we're also gonna go back over our powder with some more like bronzer, so it really shouldn't give like a bright under eye. So I'm using the Fenty Beauty powder. I've had this for literally forever. This is in the shade Banana, and it's been lasting me so long. Like there's still a lot left in here. So I kind of like to blend it out on my hand first and then take it under my under eye. And then for my face, I kind of like to avoid like this area. I hate getting makeup like here and up. Keep it all like behind there. Like maybe that's just my preference, but I literally cannot stand it. Okay. Again, look upwards and try to avoid getting makeup on your eyelashes. And then for the powder, you want to make sure you're blending the same way you blended your concealer. So if you went upwards with your concealer, you can kind of do either or. But if you went outwards with your concealer and your bronzer, just go outwards with the powder. Try to avoid getting these things on your eyelash. If I was in a mirror, I probably would have been good, but I can't really like see through my camera. But that's kind of like a perfect example of exactly what I was talking about. So try to avoid that. So now after I'm done with my makeup, I'm going to take off my lash clusters and kind of redo them. just because I don't want like that makeup on my lashes throughout the whole day. So take your bronzer brush and go over everything. So once your powder is blended, next we're gonna go in with some blush. I like to use the Refined blush in the shade Citron. Blush, I kind of like to like go over where I put my bronzer. Not as low, but sort of like this. This is what it's looking like so far. You can kind of see the blush, like what I was talking about, like with the pigment, like it's there, but you kind of have to layer it. So we'll probably go back over it at the end. But next we're gonna go over like eyebrows. I'm basically done, like almost. Just gotta do like some finishing touches. But I like to use the Refined pencil for my eyebrows. This really gives it a nice stroke because it's so like a hair-like stroke because it's so thin. Like, hopefully you guys can see that, but it's so thin. So it's the perfect product to really make those hair strokes. So this is in the shade Dark. If I were you guys, I'd probably get like a shade lighter because I noticed when I do my eyebrows with this, it's like a bit too dark for me, but it still gets the job done. So you can always kind of dab it off, redo it until you get that perfect stroke that's not too bold. Like those perfect eyebrows, it's not too bold, but these, I feel like they're a bit bold, but just trust the process, it's okay. Okay guys, and for lips, I like to use this Refined lip blush. I also like to, this is in the shade Amber by the way. I also like to use this as like a cheek. So for some things you kind of do want to blend out with your fingers just to give you like that natural, I didn't do any makeup but I did the makeup sort of look. So I like to do like this, put a little bit on the cheeks, and then just kind of blend it out. Now this will help with like the whole city girl look, the whole natural sort of look that we're going for. I really don't know the proper name. If you guys have like a good name for this other than like city girl makeup or like something like that, I don't know the name, y'all. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys know exactly the look that I'm talking about. So also for my lips, I like to use this Too Faced lip injection lip plumper. This is in the shade that's kind of like purple. It doesn't even have a name on it. It doesn't even have a name on it, but this is kind of like the shade. It's sort of like purple, a bit iridescent. So I like to just use this on my top lip, just a little bit. And then for my bottom lip, I like to use the Refined lip oil. Is it the lip oil? I think it's like a lip gloss or a lip oil. Yeah, tinted lip gloss in the shade Dusk. And then boom, that is it. This is the finished result with my lashes redone. So there's no makeup underneath. And it's cute. It's giving exactly what I wanted it to give. And I also feel like it kind of changes. So once I go outside, depending on whether it's warm or cold, I feel like my makeup changes. Right now it just looks like I just woke up and I just did my makeup. But later on, I feel like it'll kind of process. Maybe I'll do like a, this is what my makeup looks like later on. But there is just a slight difference. So.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed